So, Art, how you feeling? How's your back?
Well, it really hurts, but it's a lot better. Trust me, it's a lot better.
And you've been going to my chiropractor.
I've been going to our
Oh,
chiropractor.
now he's our chiropractor.
Right.
Okay.
He certainly is. I have hands-on experience with him.
You're getting very close to it.
Yes.
So this is a great thing, chiropractic. I happen to be a firm believer. You told me that you had been to a chiropractor before, but not recently.
Yeah, about 50 years ago, a friend of mine had graduated from Chiropractic Institute, and he was setting up a practice, and I helped him decorate his offices. His first two offices.
That's not what we mean when we say go to a chiropractor.
Well, but the importance of it was that I lived in a high-rise in New York, and going to work one day, I was driving out of the garage, which was under the building, and the door was stuck, so I left my car running, and I went over to the door and I shook it, or shook it? Shuck it.
Yeah.
Shuck, I like that.
Shucking is what you do to corn. You shook the door, yeah.
I shook the door, and it fell down on me and laid me flat out. Nobody was there. It hurt so much I couldn't even scream. I mean, that's the kind of pain.
How did you even get up?
So what I did was, my legs just went out from under me, and I pulled myself out on my elbows from under the door.
Oh, boy.
Thankfully, I'd left my car door opened, and I got to my car, and I dragged myself into the car. I couldn't use my legs at all, other than move my feet up and down. I tested that I could hit the brake and the gas. I pulled myself up, and fortunately at the time, I was working with a company where we all had two-way radios, the Motorola's.
Oh, yeah.
Not cell phones. It was like,
right.
over, that kind of thing. It was before CBs. And thankfully, our staff was in there. They heard my call, and I said, call Jack. And they said, who's Jack? Jack's the guy that's going to allow me to walk again. So they called Jack. Jack Page was his name, a great guy. And well, I haven't seen him for 40-some odd years since we've moved from New York. I had them track him down at home. He went into his office. I drove about 30 miles out to Long Island where his office was.
Right.
And when I got there, I called my Motorola people, and they got in touch with him so he could come out and carry me in.
Wow.
There's no way I was going to get in. And literally from not being able to walk, 3 or 4 hours later, he had me at least ambulatory.
Wow.
And I've always believed in chiropractic.
Yeah.
A lot of people consider it to be an alternative medicine. I think primarily because the medical profession decided that they'll come up with something, they'll call it osteopathy or something like that.
A lot of politics involved.
A lot of politics involved. But that and acupuncture and other things that help keep your nervous system and your alignment. So in any event, that was my last experience with it.
Yeah.
Until recently, when I started using what had been your chiropractor.
Yeah, but you made another mistake.
You
didn't shake a door this time. What did you do wrong?
I made believe that I was 40 years old and could lift anything.
Yeah.
And I lifted a heavy potted plant,
yep.
And not that kind of pot, okay? And it would have been a lot better, I think, if I had, because then I could have just smoked it and gotten rid of the pain.
But you lifted it the wrong way.
Lifted it the wrong way, and literally, I was ambulatory.
Yeah.
But one of the first calls I made was to my friend John Coleman, my partner in crime.
Who knows a chiropractor?
And we were just talking about it,
Yeah.
probably within a week or two before. And you gave me the name of Scott Macadam.
Right.
In Ladera Ranch.
Great guy, yeah.
And it just so happened he was doing a meet and greet for new patients the following Saturday. So this was a Tuesday, 4 weeks ago today.
Wow. Congratulations. An anniversary.
An anniversary. And literally I was not able to sleep. I was in an amazing amount of pain.
Yeah.
But I decided that I wanted to go to chiropractic because unless I broke something, okay, I wanted to avoid medications to the extent that I could.
Sure.
And Dr. Macadam was just amazing. He was able to take X-rays that Saturday.
Yeah.
The following Monday, I started a series of routines with him,
Right.
and literally it was 2 weeks before I wasn't in constant pain. I had really done a number on my
Yeah.
back.
Chiropractic is really an amazing medical procedure, whatever it is, science. And I can tell you over the years, my parents were scared of chiropractic. They thought these guys were quacks. But I went to it as a young man and went to a chiropractor because nothing else was helping. And boy, did it make a difference. It helped me tremendously. And over the years, I've seen chiropractic at work hundreds of times. But the one that impressed me most was when we were filming motocross, motorcycle races. Motocross is where they jump up in the air 40 feet on the motorcycle and spin around, come down and land.
Like X Games.
Yes, like the X Games. But the motocross is not for stunts. It's just height and speed. And the point is that these guys land, the body compresses when that motorcycle lands on the dirt. Compresses like nothing. And they all have their own chiropractor that they bring with them. So they go back to the pits in between the races.
Again, adjustment.
The chiropractor opens up the table. They all lie down. They all get whatever they called it, manipulated, crack your back, and they all go to the next race. I was flabbergasted at this, that these guys all need that. I mean, you could see why, but I didn't realize that the chiropractor was such an important part of that sport.
Now, fortunately for me, you had an incident within the last year that caused you to meet Dr.
I
Macadam.
did. I was at the hardware store, and some guy had left pipe on the floor, and I just slid on that pipe, landed flat on my back, and again, nothing anybody can do. Take some aspirin or ibuprofen or whatever, and it'll get better itself. Well, happen to know from experience, it doesn't get better by itself. If it does get better, it heals in the wrong way, and you never get rid of it. So I went immediately, found a chiropractor, Scott Macadam, great guy, and he runs his chiropractic business is really a sports clinic more than anything else. So he's very good. And the most important thing is that Scott is going to do some videos for us. So I certainly hope you tune in to Celebrating Act 2 and that you will look for our videos with a chiropractor, Scott Macadam.
We're actually speaking to Scott hopefully later this week or next week and give you a good sense for the kind of approach that they take to wellness. And there are a lot of people who go there for wellness just to have an adjustment.
Just regular maintenance.
Right, just regular maintenance. Because with the stress of everyday life and so on and so forth.
You bet.
And the interesting thing was, and let me tell you how much pain I was in. Ask me.
Art, how much pain were you in?
This was painful. And it was so painful that after about a week of adjustments, he said, I sensed I was getting better, but he said, look, if you want, there's an urgent care around the corner. We'll go to your doctor, and if you want, get some muscle relaxants.
Wow.
Now, I think Vicodin or something is...
yeah.
And I've always stayed away from medications to the extent that I could, especially painkillers.
Right.
And within 2 or 3 days, he had got me to the point where I didn't need it anyway, and I'm glad I didn't do that.
Yeah.
Because the extra strength Tylenol, I mean, I was popping 2 at a time.
Yeah.
And maxing out during the day. So, but in any event, he really took care of me, and I look forward to having him tell his story next week.
Well, that's great. That's great. And I'm looking forward to his advice. You know, he had, when I saw him not too long ago, and I'm still going back for minor adjustments, but when I saw him, he had given me exercises to do. Roll your knees up, do this, do that, for whatever my problem was, my back. And so chiropractic is not just, go and get adjusted. These guys have lots of good suggestions on how to maintain your health. So I think you're going to find it useful. Take a look at Celebrating Act 2. And what else should people do, Art?
They should subscribe. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Write anonymous notes and tell us how much you love us, okay? Like our Facebook page. and become part of our family. And tell us other things you'd like us to do in the future.
Yeah, and let us know if you've been to a chiropractor or you have a good story about a chiropractic experience. We'd love to share it with everybody.
Okay, great. So I'm Art Kirsch.
And I'm John Coleman. By the way, we didn't introduce ourselves at the beginning.
Who are you?
I'm John Coleman. I'm the co-founder. Who are you?
I'm a co-founder too.
Isn't that amazing?
I wonder if it's genetic.
What a small world. See you soon.
See ya.